Hi, this is Karin Davidson at karindavidson.net, and I'm here to show you like a basic how to tap kind of thing. You've probably seen a bunch of my videos on YouTube, and I just wanted to, I realized that people need like basic, not just points tapping and things like that. So just a few rules that are going to help you make the best out of tapping. Tapping uses meridian points, like acupressure or acupuncture, and what that does is balance your energy system or balance your emotions, so that you, if you're feeling anxious or depressed or angry or any kind of emotions that are a little bit overwhelming or a little bit hard to control for yourself, you can tap to get rid of them. So this is pretty much, you can also use tapping, I was going to say 911 tapping. You can also use tapping to get to the core issues and help with that, but that takes professional, and you can learn how to do that if you want to. But this is just for, if you feel bad or if you feel anxious or if you feel something like that, or if you just don't know how to tap yet. And so all you do is going to follow me, and there are, I'll put a link below to where the points are. You don't have to worry about exactly where the points are because it's a forgiving system. And if you use two fingers, it'll help because you don't have to exactly hit on the points, and you don't have to know where all the points are. There's no really order. You can use either hand. It doesn't really matter if you could skip points. None of that matters. And so as long as you are, because when you're in a heightened sense of of any kind of emotion, you just need to you just tap, and it'll lower that emotion, whether that emotion is depression or like feeling depressed feelings, or anxiety or anger, or like I said before. So I'm going to show you what we're just going to practice something. So sometimes it's nice to measure how high you are so you can see the difference. So that, like, if it's like 0 to 10, 0 is I'm fine, and 10 is I'm gonna go running, screaming out of the room. And you can put that number down, that intensity down, and then after tapping you can see where that goes, as it lowers. And so if you need proof, if you're one of those people that need proof, that will show you. Again, this is just so you can balance your emotions. So we always, with tapping, tapping starts with tapping on the negative. And the reason you tap on the negative is because you're balancing that negative and helping that emotion clear the underlying reasons why you have that negative emotion. And so it's bringing that negative emotion up because when you are really upset, what happens is, Peter Levine, is an author who talks about this. When you're trying to run from the lion, you get all of your blood leaves the front of your brain and goes to your muscles so that you can run. And so when you get panicked or stressed or depressed, the blood leaves the frontal cortex of your brain, which is the pretty much primal thinking mind, and then you don't think straight. Have you ever thought straight while you're really stressed? No, you forget a lot of things. You run around, or whatever happens to you when you're stressed or depressed, you just stop thinking. And so by tapping, what you're doing is you're lowering that so that you can think clearly. And even if you're still feeling some of the emotion, it's not as heightened as it was. So what you do is you tap on the negative to balance that, so the blood comes back to your frontal cortex. So here is the basic tapping. So you pick a negative statement, whatever you're feeling, like I hate Susan, and that's all you have to say. And you think about, I hate Susan, and you can just tap, I hate Susan, I hate Susan, I hate Susan, I hate Susan, I hate Susan. And what will start happening is you'll be like, well, I don't think I really hate her. I think I just am angry that she doesn't understand me. So this is a sort of called rant and tap. When you see most tapping videos, they say, even though I hate Susan, I'm okay. And that's cool, because we'll do that as well. You can, even though I hate Susan, I'm okay. Even though I don't feel like I'm okay, even though I shouldn't hate her, I think I'm still okay if I think I'm okay. And we're not going to get into that, but that's just another point here. and you can rumble around the points, but rant and tap, or just getting your emotions out and balancing things, is just tapping on the different emotions. There's also points on your fingers. They're actually on the sides of your fingers, and the reason I'm telling you this is because when you're at a business meeting or out in public or on a train, you don't really want to do that because you look like an idiot, right? So they're like, what is wrong with her? And so what you want to do is you want to squeeze, not the tops, you want to squeeze the sides of your fingers, okay? And so you can do that under the table. You can just squeeze the sides of the finger. I had a client once who had a teenage son that used to drive her crazy, and so she would just like not say this, like just squeezing my fingers so I don't like freak out, and it works. Also works for teenagers who are mad at their mothers. Okay, so nobody sees you do this, right? And there's no speed or how many times or how fast or how hard. Tapping harder doesn't make it work better. It's just, you're what you're doing is you're stimulating the acupressure points. So you can either rub it if you don't want to tap it, especially if you have OCD, especially severe OCD. I wouldn't tap because it gets kind of, weird. So you can rub it, or you can just push on it, just lightly push on it. So the points are the side of the hand. Okay, this is the hand the side of the opposite the thumb. Now, okay, so there's 14 meridians. The cool thing about EFT is that tapping is that you use all the meridians, so you don't have to be specific to what meridian you need to do for what. That's called TFT, thought field therapy, which is a whole nother story, or you have somebody have to diagnose what points to tap. So that's why EFT is so great. And so what you do is we use all the points, and so that you get to all of them and you don't have to worry about it, and you just like tap anyone you want. And so you tap or press, and on this is the side of the hand point, and then you have the top of the head, and then you have the eyebrow where the eyebrow starts. And yes, you can do two hands, and again, the meridian system is on each side, so it really doesn't matter which side. If you want to switch every once in a while, it's fine. Side of the eye. Now, you see I wear glasses, and so if your glasses don't allow you to tap on the side of the eye, you just take off your glasses and, tap. And so, but I can get underneath my glasses, so I will tap on the side of the eye where the bone is. Then under the eye, like this is where the glasses is like right about there. But since I've been doing this for, I don't know, 20 years, I know where to tap. So it's right up, sort of under the pupil. Again, it doesn't have to be exact. Under the nose, doesn't matter. Just I use all three fingers. What the heck? Under the chin, between the lip and the chin, doesn't matter. Again, forgiving system. Collarbone point's kind of weird. There's a little knobby things here that you feel on your collarbone. I do it this way. Sometimes you'll see me cup my hand so I can do both at the same time. It's just a little bit below the little knobby bones there, wherever they are. Okay, it's just click on that, tap on that, and then under the arm, it's where the bra strap is. Kids call this the monkey point or the hug point. Okay, depends. It's just right there. One of the funny sayings was somebody told somebody that's the tapping point is even with your nipple, right? So if somebody in the back of the room goes, where my nipple is now or where it used to be, for women, that'll be funny. Probably not for men. And then top of the head. You'll see some people do right under the top of the ribs. That's fine. That's another point. It's not necessary. I would suggest highly what's called the gamut point, which is there's a certain meridian that's extremely important, and it runs down your arm like this. And so you go between the ring finger and the pinky, and there's a little valley in between. And so you tap there, which is different, or press again. So there's 2 points very close to each other, the here and here. I would highly suggest, and I'll show you this at the end of this, on what to say and tap at the end, because you'll be doing a lot of balancing while you do this. So you say all the negative things on all these points, and you just rant. Susan was a jerk to me. Even though Susan was a jerk to me, I'm okay even if I'm not. Why was Susan a jerk to me? I don't understand it. I didn't do anything to her. Did I do something wrong? She's a jerkhead, and I don't understand, and it makes me mad. and I don't get it, and why is she doing this, and I don't deserve this. So you see how they're all negative? That's key. The key is why that you do all the negative stuff, because it's the negative stuff you're trying to balance. And that's what people think, well, aren't you making the negative worse? And no, with tapping, you're actually balancing the negative. And there are methods, like my very good friend and mentor, Pat Carrington, Dr. Pat Carrington, she did the choices method. So after you do the negative, then you go to the positive. Like, I choose it to be better. I choose that, Susan and I get along, or I choose that Susan stops bothering me, or something like that. And even though Susan won't start bothering me, right here, I'm okay. And so the basics is you just do these two points, all these points, and you don't worry about it. And it doesn't matter how many times you tap, and it doesn't matter, how hard you tap, and it doesn't matter which side you tap. As long as you're tapping and ranting, all is good. Right? So you're like, oh, you can even make noises. You can go like, I feel like, this is great for kids. I feel like, I feel like, that's fine, because what you're doing is you're balancing your emotions. So this has been a really quick way to do this. My website is karindavidson.net. And if you go to karindavidson.com, you'll get to some realtor in California. So you want to do karindavidson.net. And I hope this has helped. And if you need to talk to me, my email is Karin@karindavidson.net. It's Karin, not Karen. Then you won't get me there. And hope it's helped.